Hey, this is a sketchbook tour of my most recent sketchbook. It's like a halfway through tour. I didn't finish it. It's a little more than halfway because I've been putting off doing this. And I'm liking it so far. So I started this like a couple months ago. The cover is just paint pen and stickers and a fortune cookie. It says cooperation will work better. And I think that's cute. So the first page is just some like random scheduling and a dog. The dog is watercolor and crayon, which I think is like a doozy and a half to work with. So there's that. Then I do some figure drawing. I'm not super into any of these. I like his face though. And then these birds live in my backyard. That one's Fat Boy and that one's Fat Boy's girlfriend. So I had to put them in there because I like them. This is more of that crayon and watercolor. It was super fun to do. I'm probably gonna do more of them after this actually. And then this was just working out ideas. It got the crayon, sorry, I thought someone was coming in. It got the crayon rubbed on it, which you'll learn some, but I bought fixative after this, so it's not as big an issue. These are a mix of dogs and birds and a creepy face. The fortune cookie says, "Smile and rejoice. Fortune is smiling on you," which that's always nice to hear. I draw a lot of wolves to be edgy, and also I want to work out a werewolf comic, and I can't quite wrap my head around how I want to draw her, so working on that. I don't remember why there's a hole in here, but I turned it into the guy's mouth. Those are some cabins, again like the werewolf idea, some goats and ducks maybe, and then some chickens because I love chickens. These are just a bunch more cabin ideas. I really liked this one, so then I tried to work out colors because I wanted it to be Victorian but also like shabby. So, and then I'm working out like floor plans. This is stuff I've really never done before, so it's a lot of just messing around. Some scary faces, working out a character design. This was, that was just some random model on Tumblr. That was someone I follow. Another scary dog. And Odie from Garfield. These are more figure drawings. These ones I don't like as much, but then on here I started playing with shapes more and I had a fun time with that. This was like a character I had in middle school during my edgy phase and figured bring them back. These are more people on Tumblr, so drew some portraits. I like to work on those. These are some frogs, but with titties. And these are like horses? Horses and alligators. Horse alligators. You know how it is. That was referenced off my dog. The rest are just doodles. And then this was me being like super duper inspired by Peter Draws, so I like chomped his flavor a little bit, but you know how it is. This is just scheduling stuff, and this is a edgy skull. Someone posted like a picture of a skull with roots drawing through it, and I was like super into it, so I drew a lot inspired by that, and I had a fun time. I felt really proud of it when I made it. These are just a bunch of faces. I went to one of those websites that like gives you a random picture of a face and did it. And it was fun because they actually made expressions. A lot of face reference places I found are just neutral faces. And like, you can only draw so many neutral expressions before you get bored. Let's see, I really like the ones with ugly teeth. Oh look, more faces. This guy's my favorite. Then more faces. I wrote about how delightful my day was. Gotta keep that down sometimes. This was when I got Posca markers in the mail because I like to keep on trend, and they're super fun to play with. I love them. Like one or two of them have already dried out, so I don't know if that's a me problem or a them problem. This was like a wristband from a place I was camping, which I look forward to every year. And then this was from, I'm taking like a poetry reading class this semester, One of the poems had this line, and it was like, you make the thing because you love the thing, and you love the thing because someone else loved it. And I really like that, so I had to put that bad boy in. These are just like double Posca marker doodles. And then this little lady is like this zombie character I have that I wanted to work out the design of. And this is a list of a lot of jelly bean flavors, just for my own reference. This, you can tell I enjoyed these Posca markers. So, a dog, a robin, and robins never come to my bird feeder. I think they're stupid. I don't. I like them, but they don't come to my bird feeder, and I don't respect that. This is just like a cute little sunset I saw. Some flamingos I respect and love. And then I realized a lot of my pens aren't waterproof, so I wanted to see if any of them were. And some of them are, some of them are not. I'll have to swing by and pick up some stuff for like Inktober, because I want pens. This is a character who is obsessed with bugs, so then I wanted just to draw out some bugs. And then that one lady making the ugly faces, I finally worked out her character design. She's like some like demonic imp thing. I like her a lot. She has a big tummy on her tummy. Or a big mouth. That's her again. That's just a little shape I doodled in glass, and I wanted to preserve it. This is my face, drawn a bunch of times, because I want to be better at cross-hatching. Don't dox me. Some pigeons and worms, you know how it is. There's more bugs. Bug guy, he's weird. I bought neon acrylic paint and I wanted to play with it, but then I was dumb and they're all translucent and I hate translucent acrylic paints, so I haven't played with them since, but I'll get back into it. But that's just a random shape playing with the colors. Ooh. This was some figure drawings and some faces. My fortune cookie. A frivolous gift is a gift nonetheless. Alright. These are notes for my etching class, and then this was like what I wanted to etch into the copper plate to print it. It's just like a little guy poking out of some bushes. And yeah, these are just some notes. More notes. That was a different print I had to do where we just took like fabric and stuff and like pressed it into the copper and then peeled it off and dumped it in acid. And then it like copied the pattern over, and that was my tester, so I just put it in there. Notes. I take notes for like one of my jobs and then also for my etching class, so it's only like 2 things worth of notes, but still a lot of them. These are some faces I painted. I like how she turned out. He had some issues. And then she also had some issues, but they were fun practice. I like doing this thing with my watercolors where I just go in and don't mix any new paint, but just use the leftovers on like the little mixing tray and get some cute little neutrals. This is the bug guy again, still working out his thing. These were some of the misprints of my first print I did, the little guy peeking out of the bushes. I really like him. I'm gonna try to get some like muslin and print on fabric, make some patches. This is a poem I liked from my poetry class, which I mostly really don't like that class because you can only hear so many hot takes, but this one made me happy. It says, "Why I'm Not a Painter" by Frank O'Hara. I'm not gonna read it, but you should look it up. This is another Peter Draws inspired thing. This was like some receipt I had from a food order. So, you know, mixed media. That's my unicorn print I did. I really like it. I'm a fan. I'm also gonna try to make patches out of her. These are some more inspired stuff where I wanted to practice cross-hatching. This one was the first one I did, and it is also my favorite one because it ended up looking like a little goblin face. So that's neato. Oh, more notes. This, from my unicorn one, I actually started with the idea of a mermaid. So like I went through swim cycles, and I went through like fish, and like that's a Fiji mermaid, and then like how faces would be weird in the water. went through all of that, and then I was like, oh, I should do an opposite mermaid with fish, like swimming around with arms, and went through that. That's like one of those like glass head fishes where their eyes go up, but then I made a tropical paradise inside. I'll probably keep playing with that idea because I still like it. And so here are some ideas for the plate. I had a mole, the fish thing, but with a dog inside. Just a dog, another dog, a gorilla, and then the fish. And then I was like, maybe a mushroom person, or a mermaid mushroom person, or a bat. I was like really stressing out over this copper. And then some more doodles. I was like, maybe a jackalope, maybe a fish, maybe a bison. And then I was like, meh, I should go back to my roots and do a unicorn. So I sketched some unicorns. I really liked that dog I did earlier, so I like traced him, and then I just made it a unicorn instead of a dog. Then these are like just how long I had it in the assets. So like the line art was in there for like 75 minutes, background 40 minutes, and the shading 20 minutes. And that's how it turned out, so that was a fun thing. She's scary. I did like a study of what's his name? Stephen Grammel. He's the guy who did the scary stories to tell in the dark. So now every time I open my sketchbook, she's there, which was awful. And then just some doodles. This reminds me of Glove from like the Yellow Submarine movie. There were doodles here, and then I like cut some stuff out of like my school notebooks that I liked. This is another character. These are some dogs, and then some like the official Inktober prompts so that I could get thinking about them. That's stuff from work. We're working on a compost pile. It's a doozy. That's my idea for the first day of Inktober. This was just kind of a journal entry. I went out to see a band I like, Miniature Tigers. This was when I went on Google Maps and just clicked to random places and drew houses I found. It was actually really, really fun. And it's fun just to not have a pencil when doing stuff like this, so you gotta think. And then I just covered it with priority mail things because it bled through a little bit. And on the other side, I drew a little house in the woods, and I think it's really cute and autumnal. And yeah, that's it so far. Still have a lot of pages left, so I'll see you when I see you. That is my notebook. How do I turn the camera off?